So it's been 7 months since we built this thing, and honestly it's time to let it go, but not before we've given it one last little drive and a bit of fun. And you know what, I'll give you a look around and show you what we've been up to. It's still Granny's car. I've still got the sheepskins. I mean, it's comfy as, it's mint, but have a look at the engine bay. That's where all the magic is, right? Paint has been coming off from all the high-speed action. It's not faring very well. We never really covered what happened to the engine bay after the build, and behind the scenes, and you know, after the whole thing was done, we spent a lot of time actually making it as cool as it can be. We had to put this little catch can in there for race wars just to pass the regulations, so that's probably the only thing that doesn't look standard anymore. It's not exactly mounted real good anymore. There you go. It's still sweet, but you know, it ended up pretty much exactly how we wanted it. I had to modify the radiator because we blew the bottom tank apart and then we blew the top tank apart. It just couldn't take what we were doing to it, so it's got like a full aluminium radiator in there now. But otherwise, successful. This is exactly what I wanted. You look in here and you don't see modifications or anything. It's cool. We had to put coilovers in as well because when we tried to drive this thing at the 200 plus k's an hour required for race wars, it literally tried to just do pirouettes and stuff. It didn't want to stay in a straight line. There was so much, you call it tank slapping if you could in a Camry, if they can tank slap, but that's what it was doing. It was starting to go all over the place and lose control. So we got some coilovers in there for stability. Otherwise, not much else. Painted some stuff black and made it look standard. That's it. How about we take it for a drive one last time? And you know, we kept everything comfy in here as well. We put a stereo in it. That's good. Bluetooth, so I can listen to my podcast, Joe Rogan. And you know, air conditioning still works and everything. It's mint. But let's see what it's like on the road. I'll tell you what, I absolutely love that switching exhaust system we did. You can hear now the car is quiet. It's just about grandma quiet. You can't hear a thing really, especially when you get out on the open road. Power steering still works. Really, the only thing that's even slightly giveaway about it is a little bit of a turbo whistle and a little bit of a rattle from the twin plate clutch. But nobody even really notices that. You see, I'm just driving it. It's just a Camry. I've enjoyed this car so much. And you know, I'm gonna miss it a lot. It does have to go. I've got too many cars, but I'm gonna miss this one a lot. And I think this might be the greatest sleeper I've ever built and ever will build. I don't think I'm ever gonna top this. Yeah, the one thing that you do get from this car is it's really got this, what I call essence of burnout. I don't mean figuratively, I mean literally. This car smells like a wafting burnout. Everywhere you go, you just smell burnout. And that's because that massive front wheel drive burnout I did in the dyno cell, it kind of coated the entire wheel wells with rubber, and all underbody, like all underneath the car, is all coated in rubber. And to be honest, I've tried blasting it off with like high pressure washers and scrubbing and stuff like that, and I cannot get this layer of rubber off the damn chassis. So when you walk to it in the morning, all you smell is burnout. When you're driving along, all you smell is burnout. And I'm sure every pedestrian I drive past them, and all they smell is burnout. It's kind of cool, but after a while you get kind of sick of smelling burnout. And you know, I got this air freshener, Royal Pine. Thanks very much, Tim. He thought that was about the most granny-like scent he could think of. But it does nothing at all to wash away the essence of burnout. And you know, there's a reason I'm not keeping this car, and that's because for all its power, it's still kind of slow. I mean, I don't know many 500 plus wheel horsepower cars out there that can only do 12-second quarter miles. It's a bit of a joke. It's really got traction issues. We've set the suspension up for traction. We've put grippy tyres on it. We've tried Mickey Thompson drag radials. Nothing allows this car to actually go fast. And it's a little bit silly. Even on its lowest boost setting and its lower power level, it's actually kind of slow. And it'll beat an SS Commodore or whatever. But, you know, it's not a fast car. So, you know, it's time to pack it in. We've had our fun. It's time to let it go. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Right, so it's on its lowest power setting now. The exhaust is closed. It's on minimum boost. It's quiet. I accelerate. Still goes. There we go. 110 k's an hour at the speed limit. But what is it like when we actually open it up? Well, switch is down here. This one opens the exhaust. Have a listen. This one here winds the booster. There we go. Now, let me show you. First gear. Wheel spin. Second gear. Wheel spin. Third gear. Wheel spin. Fourth gear. Wheel spin! Fifth gear I'm not going to do because that's going to take me to some pretty illegal speeds. But you can see what I mean. It's got so much bloody horsepower and it cannot ever put any of it down. Great fun for 5 minutes and then you just kind of get annoyed. Sounds good, but lots of flames come out too. It kind of shocks people driving along and fire is coming out of a Camry. How many times can you say you saw fire coming out of a Camry? Well, twice I've seen it. But, you know, that's because someone set them on fire. Kind of a bit sad, really. You know, I've actually decided to let this car go about 5 times now, and every time I've driven it to bring it into the workshop to strip it for parts, for bigger and better things, I've gone, no, I can't do it, it's just too good. And it's happening again now. I like this car a lot. The funny thing is, it's one of the things that made this car good, which also made it bad. And that's the coilovers. We had to put some stiff coilovers in there just to keep it stable when it's accelerating and wheel spinning and doing absurd speeds. I mean, we had this thing past 260 k's an hour at Race Wars. But the flip side is the car that was meant to be stealthy and comfy and everything has ended up being like a horse and cart above 80 k's an hour. Every single bump is turning my insides inside out. Takes corners pretty good, but best memories of this car? Rocking up to a service station in a Camry that has more dented panels than undented panels, and putting ethanol in it, and the look you get from the service station attendants. You can see it in their eyes, they're going, oh, this guy's gonna have a bad day. Oh, I wonder if this guy knows he's putting the wrong fuel in his Camry. Race Wars, of course, is a high point. We didn't win any races, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Scary, scary, scary fun. And if I ever did that again, it's... honestly, if this thing had a roll cage and harnesses and I wrap myself in 4 kilometers of bubble wrap, I would not feel safe. There are some things that Camrys are not meant to do. That's it. The last drive of Grannypants. She's had a good innings. Game over.
Next up, T6. If that's a sleeper, I'm excited. If it's here for fun, I applaud it. He's He's playing an awesome race. Runs around the top of the Subaru for a 12.92 at 194.